Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. Today we are reviewing Ninjago set. It's a Ninja Subspeeder. There we go. Can't see it there very well. Getting to bigger sets and taking up more space. That is the front. And that is the back. The front's kind of interesting how they have it divided here. This is below the water, this is above. Kind of distracts from the main vehicle, which is not how they usually do it, but it also makes sense for the theme. So there's that. It's an 8+ set. The set number is 71752. It's got 356 pieces, and it is retails for $40 on the Lego website. Currently they're sold out. Hopefully they will get more in. I've seen them in stores, so they're probably not that hard to get your hands on if you need to. Anyways, I gotta say, I wasn't super excited about this set. I mean, it's a really nice race car. It's got a lot of, doesn't show a lot of studs on it. It's a very smooth build. And it turns into a sub. But we'll see what things it has hidden when we put it together. So let's get started. Here we have the contents of the box. Got a pretty thick book there. It's not too big though. And this time we have 3 whole bags. That's it. It's such a large set, but it's only got 3 bags. And over here we have the sticker sheet. Not too many, got some big ones on there. So 2, 4, 6, 7? 7? Oh, 8. The little one's got 2 on there. So 8 stickers, which isn't too outrageous. There's our cast of characters. Got Jay and Cole in their scuba gear. Olive fins, and you got 2 snake guards. They are both the same. One guy's holding the special weapon thing for this wave, but other than that, they're both the same. Weapons on both Jay and Cole are very similar. I'm not sure what they're going for. They're similar, but they are different, so they can be tell which is which. Interesting though is that there was a mistake, I guess would be in the instructions, either that or in the packing. But the special weapon, the MacGuffin there, was in the very first bag, and the instructions say it's supposed to be in the last bag, the 3rd bag. Just something to note. I mean, at least everything was in there. It's the most important part. And now the Snake Eyes weapons are really cool. They have the black dragon hilt, but then they have this blade up here. This curved blade looks really neat. And before I get to the looking at the backs of these, let's take a closer look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's simple, but with the design of that blade, it looks very much like a black serpent, which is kind of the theme for these guys, since I think there's a giant snake in the play set, which we'll explore later. But yeah, that's really neat. And I get 2 of them in this set. I hope the other ones, there's more in the other ones. But yeah, that is a really neat concept. Here we see them with their masks off. They all have their frowny faces on. Their battle faces, maybe. Let's turn around and check out the backs. Which, they put a lot of detail on these backs as well. But with their scuba gear, you don't even see it. And we also have their second faces, which are much more friendlier. And here's the snake guys, which they are both the same. They said, I hope we see some slightly different ones. I mean, I like having an army that all looks the same, but it's always nice to have a couple differences every now and then. But yeah, there was some nice detail on those backs. The ninjas, and with their scuba gear on, you barely see it. It's almost a waste, but I mean, it's you can always use the torsos for other things. Here's the full set here. Let's get this out of the way. Big issue, like usual, there's no place for the weapons. But I do appreciate, which I've seen in the other set, that the ninjas can go in their vehicles with their fins on, so we don't need a place to put the fins. But still, no room for weapons. Now, there is this, which I put it there just to keep it safe, but you can see it's not really secure. But let's get the figures out of the way for now and look closer at this car. Like I said, it fits in the cockpit just fine. It's really interesting. I didn't notice it when I was looking at the pieces and the bags, but there is a chrome silver piece right here that's specially treated. You can see that. You can see that stick out in the shine there. Look at that. Yeah, I want to see what happens with that. Yeah, it gets covered up. I have no idea why that's there. I mean, if it's supposed... I have no idea. Make an expensive piece like that to make it not visible. But yeah, that's an oddity of the set. Other than that, this set looks really nice. This is a very nice looking Indy car. It's got these lovely wheels that they're plastic core, but they have a rubber on the outside. Now you don't have to put the rubber pieces on like some wheels. They're already put together, but they make these very nice looking track running working wheels. And the propellers on the outside, well, you guess what those are. I mean, this is also called a sub. And here we go, transforming it into a sub. And that's it. That's all it is. Slightly disappointing. Yep, there you go. Now it's a submarine. So we use these for propulsions. So, yeah, this transformation is rather disappointing. The overall appearance, like I said, is really nice. You can see here it looks like there's, you know, all the under pistons and stuff for the pistons, sorry, the undercarriage for the car. I like these are all blasters, and I like how they're used to make for vents. And these being the fins for the Indy car look very nice. And this has a really nice place here to hold and drive the car. My gut instinct is actually to hold it here, but that kind of messes up the fins. But this works really well. You can see. Now the wheels look nice, and you can see here they roll good, but there is a lot of friction in them. So you go and you push it, you're not going to get very far. You have to continually push it. Can't use it like a Hot Wheels car where you just take it and run with it. And this looks really bulky, but it's not. It's actually done with some panels. You can see here, and a large wing piece put in. I had an idea if I could get my hands on another wing piece Not necessarily for this set, but I could make some kind of jet where you did the same thing and then put a wing extending out even further. Be something interesting to do. Now, there is one hidden thing. Oh, let's look at the back here. This is kind of nice. You got some tail lights here. Other than that, not much else back there. But they did put some taillights in. They even sort of have headlights in, but the headlights are inset practically under the tires. But what is here is also a hidden mini sub. Now, after you detach that, the sub kind of, or the car kind of loses its indie look, but this is a really nice and fun little thing. It also has stud shooters, which can be used when it's still attached. And I like how what they did. They used a clear thing for its, kind of dome, but there is a red peg. Red rod, a short red rod in there that they put in there, and that gives it a look like it's some kind of a light in there, robotic light, that it's functioning and on. It is a nice touch. Rather, well, actually, I don't know what those pieces only come in, I think, black and red, anyways. But this does give it a nice illusion. Not quite sure why they used that piece there. Maybe just to... not sure. Underside, there's not too much to say about that. Said the main part of this car is this. This is very deceptive. Like there's a lot here, but there really isn't. To that whole build, there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, maybe 10 pieces to each side on that. So there's not a lot there. Alright, back at the desk here, let's give its final verdict. Personally, I'm disappointed in this set. I wanted to see more out of its transformation. Other than that, I'm not a big car guy, although this is a sweet looking vehicle. So yeah, let's get down into the breakdown then. Appearance. Like you said, it looks really good. I'd almost give it a 10. The only reason I'm not going to give it a 10 is because the appearance of the sub's kind of on the weaker side. Essentially the car with the wheels folded up. It's not terrible. It's passable for a sub. You got this nice cockpit that definitely says can go underwater. So it's going to get a 9 for appearance. Now, functionality. It's got some cool functions, like the detachable sub here at the front. The transformation is, like I said, it does what it needs to do. It makes it so it can go underwater with the wheels, with the propellers on the wheels. But I just was expecting maybe something more. So fortunately, it's only going to get a 7 for function. It does function as a sub when it's transformed, but transformation itself is kind of weak. For fun, this does have plenty of fun. We finally have an even cast of characters. We have 2 good guys and 2 bad guys. The only problem is we have only 1 good guy vehicle. So even though our numbers are accurate, the bad guys could use some kind of build. So that's not terrible. But let's see what else. Yeah, it's, you know, this being able to hold it here and driving it, this is nice and fun. The only problem is, and I don't know if it's the wheels or what, and it's like this is easy, this is fine for pushing along, but you can't like let it go. It instantly practically stops because of the friction between the tires and the ground. So it's not going to get quite as high. It's going to get an 8. Could use another vehicle, and I'm not sure what could be done differently with the wheels. It just might be the type of wheels, and the thing is, the wheels look really good. So this is where you juggle appearance versus functionality of something. Yeah, so fun's getting an 8. Techniques, there's some. I mean, the use of these gold pieces for like foils or whatever for make it look like an Indy car is really nice, and the technique here for this, using the panels and the wing piece to give you this rather unique looking appearance on the sides of the car, and also rather, you know, saving parts counts, although that doesn't really, I think we'll see, and this doesn't affect the price too much, but maybe it would, because this would be probably pretty bulky if you built it up with bricks. And then the technique for attaching the sub really isn't super amazing. It's just 2 peg holes. One's got a pin, the other one's just got a regular rod. The vents here, kind of appearance-wise, are kind of nice, and the shocks, the build really isn't super amazing. It just overall has a nice appeal to it. Yeah, I think the biggest technique thing is this: the transformation. The technique for that is there really is no technique. There are, you know, ratcheted hinges, so that's not very impressive. So I am going to be giving this also a 7. So 7 for functionality, or for technique, excuse me. 7 for technique. Overall, that gives it a 7.75 average, which we'll be rounding it up to an 8. A price point. It was originally $39.99. I know I said at the beginning it was $40, but it's actually $39.99. Yeah, it's a penny difference, but that's what the actual listed price is for. 356 pieces, and I mean, just looking at those, you can see that it's not quite really great. Now, doing the math, you get 11 cents per piece, which is only a penny above the average. And that sounds like a bad price, but it's not entirely. It's an okay price. And the reason I say that is there's a lot of big pieces in here. These big panel pieces, the big wing pieces, and I think they might not even be driving it up too much. I think it's these tires. These tires are very specialized. They are, you know, a bit of plastic involved and rubber attached, so they might be a more of an expensive piece to make. And with that and the larger pieces is probably what's driving up the price. So it doesn't come out to a nice even 10 cents per piece and is above that. Now, with that in consideration, and with the overall set, which frankly I'm a bit disappointed in, it's going to be getting a pass. It's a passable price. It's like, if you could bring it down, well, I'd say $5. Bring it down $5, you would get a good price. $10 would be a great price, and be probably asking a little bit too much. You're looking at clearance sales there, but taking it down $5 probably would be make it a good price. So it's getting a passable price. Now that gives an overall score of 8p. Now you know, kids, it may vary. Some people really like cars, and I have no problems with the appearance of this car. I think it's really cool looking. It's cars just aren't my thing. Like, you or your kid might see this and say, "Oh, it's a really cool car. I just gotta have it." That's opposed to me like saying, "Oh, that's a cool dragon or a cool robot, and I really have to have it." And that's all right. You know, that's something that's personal. The opinions I'm giving this are my personal opinions. You might like the car more enough that you want to get it, despite some of the lacking attributes of this, like, you know, no build for the bad guys. You really don't care because you really like this car, look of this car, or, you know, maybe you're a big fan of Jay. This is his car. So, you know, it's all relative, and it depends on what you like. I try to give enough information, you know, so you can make your own judgment on this as well. That's part of the reviews, is not just to give exactly what I want. I wouldn't show anything, you know. I just show a picture of the box and say that this set gets a blah. I don't even explain why, you know. It's just, that's what it is. But no, this is my opinion, and you can have your own opinion. But hopefully my video shows enough that you can make your own opinion at the same time. So that's what we're giving this, is an 8p. If I wasn't doing a review, I probably wouldn't have purchased this for myself. There's some great pieces in here, though. We'll see. Look at it afterwards to see, you know, the breakdown of the parts, and so there's some potential for mocking, of course, in this. There's potential for mocking in any set. That's why the, you know, initial value of a Lego set is not, you know, even though it can be, it's generally higher than, say, an action figure or something, because there's more you can do with it than what's shown on the box. So that's that. Like I said, if you want to see more, I'll go into in-depth. I don't have a lot to show the technique that you can't see already in the looking at it. There's nothing really interior that needs to be shown, so there's not much. Basically, I just show the parts and leftover pieces, and that's about it. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe, like, and of course subscribe if you haven't, to see more and keep up with the other releases I'm making. And leave comments what you think of this set, what you know, anything you see wrong or right about my video. But yeah, please leave comments, and let's discuss this set. Let's discuss Lego in general. And remember that creativity is key, and have a great day. Alright, here's the contents of bag 1. A lot of large pieces, plates mostly. And we got, what is that, J? Yep, looks like J's in here. This is scuba piece. And there were 2 small bags of kibble. We got some gold pieces in there. Too much of note. All these little half tiles. Sand green pieces. Oh, some transparent grill pieces. That's what I always call them, grills. Maybe those are tail lights. That makes sense. Ooh, we have a little gun here. Piece. Something you don't see too much in Ninjago, but I guess with the underwater stuff, they're probably other harpoon guns type weapons. The contents of bag 2. Not too much interesting in here. We got coals in here, and one of the snake bat guys are in here. There's a couple small Technic panels. And there, one over here. Larger pieces. There was another 2 bags of kibble, and here we got a lot more golden kibble pieces. Here's some more. There's a black dragon hilt there. And not too much of interest. Oh, these are kind of cool. Black. I wonder if they're also part of a weapon. That would make an interesting looking weapon. Gray steering wheel. Oh, there's a gray speedometer piece. It's on a dot. It's very convenient. Looks like there's 2. Yeah, probably an extra. That will be handy for things. Here we have the last bag, and this is where the wheels are found. A lot of big pieces here. There's what, 4 large panels, plus the cockpit, plus all the little blades that are supposed to go with the wheels. There's 4 of these. I'm sure these are part of the wheel assembly as well. But those are a bit interesting. Could come in handy, different widgets. And we got another snake person in here. One purple plate. Oh no, there's another one over there. But strange color. Out the rest of the palette, probably internal piece. And we have more kibbles. Another black dragon handle over the blade. Ooh, we got some pistols. Quite a few. Whoa. 2, 4, 6 of them. What are they for? That's interesting. Transparent yellow pedals. A lot of large, interesting pieces. Got more of those gold blade things we've seen on the mech. Here's our leftovers. You've got some nice gold pieces left over, and we also have one of these black blades, which kind of makes me happy because in a previous review I did of the Lloyd's hydromech, there was a snake eye in there, and instead of the black blade he had a sai instead, and I really like the black blade. As we see earlier, when I did the figures, that It makes the black blade plus the dragon handle makes it look like a serpent, and yeah, I really like that look, so I can swap that out with the other one. Other than that, we got some other widgets and things. You could probably maybe make a weapon out of all these. Oh yeah, there's a lightsaber hilt, gold one. Make a gold dagger. Cool.